Before I get started, I give all honor and all glory and all praise to Yahweh, Hashem, Yahushai, Hashem Kakdash. Double honors the Apostle Great Millstone, Ruel, and also Shalom to you bishops and elders and brothers in the camps, our full corners of earth. May your body live sacrifice for Yahweh, Hashem, Yahushai. My name is Yerah Abad, and I come out to you another walk and talk. No willingness is edifying. So lately, I'm getting a response to these white Kentucky Christians who believe that everybody can save and salvation is for everybody. Well, what do you call it? As one Christian came out to us, we call it at camp last week, you know what I'm saying? And then also a couple of Christians that came up against the elders, you know what I'm saying? You know, and so I'm here to give my own 2 cents, my response to this wacky-tacky bullshit. These lies that so-called white people bring to the world, Edomites. So, start from the very beginning. This is Romans 9:1, and it reads, I say the truth and I'm Mashiach, I lie not. My conscience be bearing me witness in the Holy Spirit. It says Paul speaking to the people in Corinth, the churches in Corinth, the churches, what do you call it, in Ephesus, the churches, what do you call it, in Galatia, and Cappadocia, you know what I mean? All those other churches that are around about in the area, to the Israelites. That verse 2, Romans 9:2, that I have great heaviness and my continual sorrow in my heart, for I wish myself could be accursed from the Mashiach, for my brethren, my kinsmen according to the flesh. See, Paul was saying that these curses, what do you call it, that have befallen Israel in the time of Moses. In Deuteronomy chapter 28, 15, 16 on down, he says he wished he could take all that upon him for the whole nation. That's how much Paul loves his people, but also how much, what do you call it, he's in the spirit, right, under Yahushai. Who are Israelites, to whom pertain the adoption and the glory and the covenants, which is the first and second covenant, you know what I mean? And the giving of the law, which the Lord gave Moses, our laws, right? And no other nation. And the service of the Most High and the promises. Yeah, what are the promises? That we're going to have immortality, that we're going to be joint heirs to Yahweh Shai, right? And that He's going to save us out of these perils that are going to befall Babylon in these last days, right? Destruction, famine, sword, what do you call it, and pestilence. It's like Acts 15, maybe paraphrasing. Whose are the fathers, and of whom concerning the flesh Hamashiach came, who is over all, the Most High, blessed ever. Amen. That's it. So basically, you can drop the mic on that one. You know what I'm saying? Because the Lord didn't come for everybody. And the Lord didn't make a covenant with all nations. Yahweh made a covenant, and Yahushua made a covenant with the children of Israel only. And I don't know how you guys are going to get that fact. I don't know how you guys don't know, what do you call it, that what you've been told by the Christian church, the Catholic Church, was also bullshit, right? You want to know the truth, you come to the Israelites. You come to the prophets, right? And he will tell you, that they will give you the honest to God truth. Will give you the 100% truth, right? From the apostles on down, right? And their, and their known affiliates. Neither because they are of a seed of Abraham, or are they all children, but in Isaac thy seed shall be called. So in Isaac is a seed which is shall be called, right? It didn't say within Isaac, nation shall be called. The seed, the bloodline, right? The waters. You know what I'm saying? The male waters, right? That is, they which are children of the flesh, these are not the children of the Most High, but the children of the promise are counted for the seed. That's right, because the children that's counted for the seed, the children of the promise, is the children of Israel, right? And the Lord didn't make a covenant with you heathens. The Lord didn't make a covenant fucking with you, even you 2/3 niggas. You know what I'm saying? If you want to get technical, You're not gonna be sitting in this go around. He made to the number. He made to the hopeful elect the 1/3 and the number 1/3. The number 1/3 of the 144,000 of the governing body, the hopeful elect, right? And the number 1/3 men, women, children, right? Who are the believers, right? In these last days and times. For this is the word of the promise. At this time will I come, and Sarah shall save a son. That's right. And not only this, but when Rebekah also conceived by one, even by our father Isaac. That's right. For children being not yet born, neither having done good or evil, that the purpose of the Most High, according to election, might stand, not of works, but in Him that calleth. That's right. Because we were predestined for this role. Every person coming back in their lot, right? In every third and fourth generation. So we prophets are in our lot, right? And now we're back in the third and fourth generation. What we call blowing the trumpet, right? Of warning, not only to our people but to the rest of the nations here in Babylon and throughout the four corners of earth, through the unicorn, which is the internet. Like Apostle always said, it does our heavy lifting for us. You know what I mean? All we got was upload it YouTube. You know what I'm saying? And it goes out to the four corners of earth, right? It was said unto her, the elders shall serve the younger. So the elders, Esau, Edom, you talk about white people. And East and the younger is Jacob. You so-called Negroes, Latino Americans. Your job as an elder is to serve us, especially in the kingdom of heaven. You not only will be our servants, but you'll be our handmaids, right? And you're the heathens going to learn to serve us too. She's like how we're your servants now, we're your handmaids now. You're going to learn, those roles are going to be reversed. And there's absolutely nothing you can do about it. You can't buy your way. You can't talk your way out of it. You can't negotiate. You can't kill your way out of it. You know what I'm saying? You can't manipulate your way out of it. The judgment upon the nation of Edom, these heathens, is set. And it's written by the Lord 2,000 years ago, or not more, right? Because remember, scriptures say, before in the belly I knew thee, right? So before we were ever born, the Lord knew who we were, right? He knew our spirit. He knew everything about us. That's why, as this place collapsing, it was written that Babylon would fall in the last days of time. Romans 9:13, as written, Jacob have I loved, but Esau have I hated. That's right. Romans 9:13, Jacob have I, as is written, Jacob have I loved, Esau have I hated. So that's a clear distinction of who the Lord loves, who the Lord hates. Who Lord hates Esau, right? Who Esau? You talk about white people, right? Now, not all of y'all, right? Because there are some of you that look like you, but are really an Israelite, right? And actually, there are some of us who look like an Israelite, but actually are Edomites. So it really does not go by the color of your skin. It goes by your blood. It goes by your spirit. You know what I mean? So, Romans 9:14. What shall we say then? Is it unrighteousness with the Most High? God forbid. For he said to Moses, I will have mercy on whom I will have mercy, and I will have compassion on whom I will have compassion. So basically, the Lord chooses and the Lord denies. So basically, who are we to question the Lord on what he loves and who he chooses? I mean, who the fuck are we? We're not but pure worms. You people are even lower than worms, because fucking, if we're chosen few, we're chosen people. Well, you guys ain't shit. You know what I mean? The heathens fucking really ain't shit. For the scripture saith unto Pharaoh, even for this same purpose that I raised thee up, that I might show thee my power in thee, and that my name might be declared throughout the whole earth. That's right. Because through us, the Lord is going to be magnified to the whole earth again. Through us, what do you call it? Through our salvation, the Lord is actually going to have His glory again. And you so-called white people, you Edomites, are not going to have that glory no more. In fact, your glory is now, which is fading as we speak, right? But again, your so-called your skin color, your stock market is actually being devalued daily, along with your dollar. In fact, your skin and your dollar is both declining daily. So you are in your last legs of your last kingdom. Hope you enjoy it. Romans 9:19. That will say then unto me, why doth he yet find fault? For who hath resisted his will? Nay, but O man, who art thou that replies against the Most High? Shall a thing formed say to him that formed it, why hast thou made me thus? Yeah, does the clay tell the clay maker, why did you make me? You know, why am I this? Why am I that? Why am I questioning? You don't question shit. The only thing you have, your option is, what do you call it, is to be a good servant and shut the fuck up. You know what I'm saying? Had not the potter power over the clay, and the same lump to make one vessel unto honor, another vessel into dishonor? So basically, the Lord has the power to do both. Lord has the power, we call it, to make something evil, make something good, because it is within His right. This is His world, His universe, His everything. Do what He wants. You know what I'm saying? So we have to question, Lord. That's why we Israelites, we don't question. We just obey. These ones are obedient. These are number 1/3, but who are literally trying to live the ways of Yahweh Hashem Yahushua, the best of our ability. You know what I mean? What if the Most High, willing to shew this wrath and to make His power known, endure with much long suffering with the vessels of wrath fitted for destruction? That's right. And that He might make known the riches of His glory on the vessels of mercy, which is us, which He had afore prepared in the glory. That's right, because where are those vessels that are made of glory, right? Because through us, we call it, by us having salvation through the Lord, in the last days of times, it's going to magnify His glory, magnify Himself and His glory of how of being His chosen people. You know what I mean? They're basically kind of going hand in hand. The Lord's going to save us. At the same time, magnify His name and His power, right? Just like He did the days of Moses, right? He did it like did the days of old, And back then, everybody's like, man, we heard about you Israelites. We heard your God fucking tore Egyptians up. You know what I'm saying? Put a pause on. So
26.
Romans 25 and 9 or 9:25. No, Romans 9. In fact, let me call it, right? And let me see how much I got left. I should come. I'm gonna finish it. I'll finish it. I'll come up with it. So let's go to Romans 9:24. Even us whom have called, not of the Jews only, but also Gentiles, as He said also I will call my people, which were not my people, and her beloved, which was not beloved. That's right. It shall come to pass that in the place where it is said unto them, ye are not my people, there should be they call children of the living power. That's right, because that's happening right now in Babylon, right? In the year 2025, September, we call it happened in Babylon as we speak, that before we were not called, we were mocked and scoffed against. They call the children of Israel, God chosen people, to now we call everybody recognizing who we are and what the deal is. You know what I mean? Isaiah also cried concerning Israel, though the number of the children of Israel is the sand of the sea, remnant shall be saved. That's right. The remnant is right now the 144,000, the hopeful elect, and the number 1/3. Those are remnant. We call it of the nation Israel, because not all Israel is going to be saved. Only 2/3 are going to be burnt up here in Babylon. And the 1/3 are going to have salvation, as a world seems to call it. You know what I mean? And be beamed up in chariots. With Yahweh Hashem Yahushua and the angels and the 12 and the apostles, and you know what I mean, like one big family reunion. You know what I'm talking about? For He will finish the work and cut it short in righteousness. That's right, because a short work will the Lord Yahweh make upon the earth. That's right, a short work, because basically when He gets us in World War III, we call it's gonna be a short work, less than an hour. or within 1 hour, it says that everything will be done. You know what I mean? And as Esaias said before, except the Lord of Sabaoth, he left us a seed. We been as Sodom and been made like Gomorrah. That's right, because if it wasn't for the seed, it wasn't for the remnant, because this place had been like Sodom and Gomorrah, which is the same shit. What shall we say? That Gentiles which followed not after the righteousness have attained to righteousness, even the righteous which is of faith. That's right, because Israel which followeth after the law of righteousness have not attained the law of righteousness. That's right. Wherefore? Because they sought it not by faith, but as it were by works for a law, for they stumbled at that stumbling stone. As written, behold, I say, I lay in Zion a stumbling stone and rock of offense, and whosoever believeth on him shall not be ashamed. That's right, because the Lord set up a stumbling block to 2/3 of our nation. I mean, you still call it Negroes, Latino, and the Americans. Now that should call it. You call that's the end of our video. And before I sign off, I'm gonna give all honor and all glory and all praises to Yahweh, Ba'Shem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'Shem Kagodash. Give honor to the Apostle Great Millstone, well, and shalom to the bishops and elders and brothers who are making their body live sacrifices for corners of earth. And to number 1/3, say shalom. My name is Rabad at Israelites Live Our Camp, coming you another walk and talk / shit lesson. Noble is edifying. Until next time, I say shalom and above all.